were hearing that a lot of our competitors were starting to go down this dirty route, and our team of designers and software engineers were kind of like, what is 3D and what does that even mean? And why should we do it, right? That question of why is the bigger piece here. We realized very quickly that speed was going to be a huge benefit we'd see from this. Time frame, let's just say it takes you 2 months to build a product. Now, because you're building it in 3D and you're not waiting for the manual and the physical perspective to happen, you could shrink that down to a month. It's almost overnight. Once you're really good with those type of softwares, you can make those changes so quickly and just be like, oh, yep, I see the problem. Here you go, it's fixed. And so what that means is we can get more relevant products to our users faster. This impacts Kohl's. It impacts the merchandising world, the photo studio world. It impacts the entire Kohl's ecosphere.
We're a talented bunch at Babcock, delivering complex things. But to improve our performance and achieve our ambitions, we'll need more than just talent. For us to create a safe and secure world together, for Babcock to perform with purpose, we need to work together with shared values and ways of doing things. So we created our principles to shape our thinking, guide our actions, and bind us together. What if? A simple question. But unless we challenge, we never improve. So be curious. We can't make a positive difference without being clear on what we need to achieve. Always think outcomes. Every action has an impact on ourselves, on each other, and on the planet. Let's take care in what we say and do. Be kind. Collectively, we are stronger. By sharing goals and sharing our expertise, we share success. So let's collaborate. When we're determined to win, to show up and speak out, that's when we can change the world. Be courageous. We all have an important part to play. It's about knowing our role, taking responsibility, and getting the job done. Own and deliver. You might be thinking, we've seen this before. Well, there's a reason for that. Our principles aren't really new. Hundreds of Babcock people help shape them, inspired by how we already act. But do we act this way each and every day, without compromise? Honestly, not yet. To build a safe, strong and sustainable Babcock, and to create a safe and secure world together, we all need to practice our principles consistently. Change starts with each and every one of us.
Where have I been all this time? You won't believe this. I wanted to travel and ended up finding my ideal job. 2 years ago, I felt like a change of scene, so I got a ticket to the Alps and off I went with my apron and knife set. They say there's no such thing as a coincidence, and I found my place in a wonderful resort in the middle of winter. It all began for me in that marvellous mountain paradise. That's where I met customers, professionals and passionate people from around the world. I received a warm welcome, training, encouragement and inspiration, and not only in the kitchen, I also carved my first tracks in the snow and in the summer climbed my first mountains. From dawn until the evening fun, I honed my skills and took various courses. I crossed the sea and went to live among the sand dunes and palm trees. It felt like diving into an enormous smoothie full of vitamins. I was a long way from my family, yet I felt instantly at home. Sharing my passion with the team really helped me grow. I've progressed so much in 2 years that I am now managing a team of 6 people from many different backgrounds, and I don't intend to stop here. When I arrived, I was a shy young chef, and now I'm a line chef at Club Med. So tell me, how's it going for you?
Today and in the weeks ahead, you'll be making one of the most exciting decisions of your life. Let us show you why joining the Orange family is about more than just getting a degree.
I've wanted to apply to Syracuse since I was 6 years old.
I liked the school spirit.
It was the perfect mix of what I wanted. Syracuse is right in the middle of everything. It's very easy to get to New York City, to get to Boston. You can go right up to Canada.
Syracuse University also offers a classic university campus that's easy to get around.
My parents dropped me off, they got me all set up, and all of a sudden they were like, okay, we're leaving. They left, and I was there alone, and I said, wow, it's time for me to start doing my own thing in college.
I put some Syracuse stickers up there, had a big American flag. It was the first time I'd ever felt like my room was really mine.
We have over 300 different clubs and organizations.
Fraternity, sororities.
Academic clubs. There is something for everybody.
Unlike at many other colleges, you can blend liberal arts with professional programs. As a part of the Orange family, you'll get ahead of the curve as you network with industry leaders at our centers in New York City, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C. And you'll be able to expand your worldview through study abroad programs in more than 50 countries.
Madrid.
Hong Kong.
Cape Town.
My heart is still with London.
Beyond the classroom, SU's men's and women's sports teams offer plenty of reasons to get your heart pumping.
Orange is everywhere. People have this passion for this school. It's everlasting.
And Orange alumni are just as passionate about supporting you. They're leaders in virtually every field. More than 250,000 alumni all over the world are eager to help you with internships and preparing for the workforce or grad school.
Once you're Orange, you're always Orange. Having those connections is one of the most valuable things I'll take from my education.
And if I could do it all over again, I would do it all the same.
Welcome to the Orange family.
We take ownership because we care. Cheers, mate. Congrats on a good first year.
Thanks. I almost dropped my phone when they offered me the job. I felt like I qualified for the Olympics. I knew that I was joining a company where people care about improving the market by doing.
Yeah, the truth is, we take ownership because we care. Optiva has this atmosphere where everyone is constantly asking themselves how they can do better. Like when you covered for Joseph in tech in your second week here.
At first, I was so nervous. I'd never cleaned that much code. But I wanted to learn, and I knew the team needed the help.
No one expected it. You saved us loads of time.
Our best work is done together.
I don't get it. How can you make markets during elections? The rest of the world doesn't even know what's going to happen.
We were brainstorming weeks before Brexit. Risk was putting together predictions. Researchers were full in detective mode trying to solve the puzzle. We were all switched on.
I was so excited I couldn't sleep. By the time I got to the floor at 4 a.m., everyone was already there.
The polls rolled in, the markets opened, we took our positions. It was the best trading day ever.
We couldn't have done it without tech. They were really there for us, and the systems were running flawlessly. Teamwork is key.
Yes, our best work is done together. As a team, we can tackle anything.
Committed to doing the right thing.
I mean, it doesn't matter if the market goes down. When the markets are volatile, we still provide liquidity.
Yeah, I've heard you, Bryce, no matter what the markets are doing. I get the feeling that Optiva is really committed to doing the right thing.
It's actually true. We aim to improve the market by narrowing the bid-ask spread, which I believe results in fair, consistent prices. That's why they call us market makers. Exchanges have even used our knowledge to develop new products. I think that says a lot about our work.
True to ourselves and open to each other.
Polish, Chinese, Brazilian, Greek. I never thought I'd be able to say that I've recruited talent from more than 40 countries.
I like how people speak up. Having 6 different opinions in a room and coming out with one great strategy. That's what I tell people when they ask why I've been trading for Optiva for 4 years. We're always true to ourselves and open to each other.
We stay humble. Look around. Do you see any of us in fancy suits? What our founder Johan started over 30 years ago just hasn't changed.
It's cool how people are laid back. There's no layer of distance to the top. I could just walk up to anyone in the office and talk to them.
Yep, if there's one thing that makes us Optivarians, is that we stay humble.
I spent most of my childhood fishing with my dad. I started working as a plumber right after high school, but I still missed my passion for fishing and boating.
I wanted zero student loan debt so I could purchase my own home and raise a family on a single income. I knew the construction industry would invest in me. Becoming an HVAC technician allowed me to purchase my first home when I was just 25.
I had a tough childhood growing up without a positive male role model. My parents divorced when I was an infant, leaving my mother to raise 4 kids on her own. My mind was in a fog without direction or purpose. Suddenly, I was expecting my first child and needed to be the stable father I never had.
I was the lead singer-songwriter in a rock band and joined the construction industry to supplement my income while breaking into the music business.
Choosing a career in construction was my financial safety net, a ticket to making my boating endeavor come to life. Shapiro and Duncan gave me the flexibility to pursue my dream and find balance.
I remembered on the job site the teamwork and respect the construction workers shared. Now as a plumber, Shapiro and Duncan provides that family atmosphere and supports my goal of raising a family of 10.
Community service is the core value of Shapiro and Duncan, which resonates with the mission of my motorcycle brotherhood. Shapiro and Duncan provided training and education, but also gave me the work-life balance I needed to pursue my musical ambitions. Another goal I achieved while working for the company was purchasing my Corvette Stingray Z51, the car I dreamt of since I was a kid. I can't imagine working anywhere else.
What's the biggest thing we'll notice about 5G?
So I think the biggest thing is the massive data rates and the low latency. We are going to have a capacity going all the way up to like 5 gigabits per second on day 1.
Can you tell me more about latency?
Look at it as like 2 people talking to each other. You're both taking turns talking, and you can talk, pause and wait for like 5 minutes for acknowledgement, or you can talk, pause and wait for 1 minute. You can imagine the smaller and smaller we make these intervals, we increase communication between 2 people.
Got it. Latency is gap time, and if there's less gap time, then communication happens faster. Why does that matter?
Think about mission-critical applications like remote robotic surgeries. How quickly you can respond is extremely important because that could be a life and death scenario. Or autonomous cars. Because if you are detecting a collision and you need to send that to the car behind you, it's extremely important that message gets to that place. There's no point telling you to avoid a collision after the collision has happened.
What's it feel like now that you're starting to see this in the world?
One of the cool things about working on technologies in Qualcomm is you cannot say hello to a stranger without them potentially owning something that you have developed. They say, oh, look what my phone can do, and you feel so good saying, yes, I know exactly why it does that and why it can do that. And I think that's a great feeling.
Thanks, Vinitha.